And we are on the final elimination side of the bracket here. So loser is going to be going down, well, down under. They're going to Australia. No, they're already in Australia. They're going to be out of the tournament, and the winner is going to be going into that grand finals here. Off the bat, we see Doggo put in a lot of work with the scythe here, sending Kylar into the orange and going for even more.
This is a nice start for Doggo. The scythe play is really finding hit after hit on the Kylar Alice. Kylar Alice, though, catches Doggo while Doggo's throwing a weapon, so this is an opportunity for Kylar.
Even though Kylar is on the back foot of this game and he is also in the elimination side of the tournament here, he has been mentioning how he feels pretty confident on his play and making claims like probably the best in Australia right now. He's feeling good, so seeing him come into this and could be a reality check for him, right? Maybe you're not who you think you are. Maybe you're not him. Yeah, because Doggo right now seems to be fighting back very hard.
You might have to wake up a little bit, but right now Doggo is going to get that first stock. A great pickup.
You mentioned how he has to wake up. He goes for a wake up there, and it costs him his stock, dude. How could you do that to him?
You wake up better, though.
Go for a better wake up. Downlight
recovery.
Yep.
Nice three-piece. Doggo's getting so much damage. Kylar Alice is struggling to finish this stock.
Opts to not go for the weapon there and ends up getting starved from it by Doggo. Another recovery is not going to KO just yet, even on Brawlhaven.
Yeah, small Brawlhaven not small enough for Kylar Alice to get this stock, and Doggo's getting so much extra credit here.
Reaches the crossover there. Another side air. So much damage put onto Kylar's stock. He finally gets that KO, but at what cost? He's already in the red. And Fate, not a low force character. Hattori is a low defense character, however.
Ooh, wow. Line of sight connects for Doggo.
Yeah, I love that. As a Fate player, you gotta love just doing it perfectly. We know that's the little raidish special, but you gotta know your character in and out. So if you're a Fate player, you just learn something new.
Yeah, that is such a good tool. If the opponent gets too close, catch him with that gravity cancel Ensig. Now Doggo has a massive lead over Kylar Alice. Kylar Alice again goes for the wake up, not working against Doggo.
Yep, these risky GCs are gonna cost you a lot as Kylar gets sent down off stage here.
Whoa.
Turned around, but Doggo doesn't use his chase dodge that is readily available and ends up with Kylar taking that stock a bit early.
Yeah, he was sticking around there, but Kylar Alice manages to survive, get back to the wall. He's still behind in the damage department, but this one is looking more doable.
We see Sidelights back to stage. Hits the down left, but isn't going to find the recovery he's looking for. Sidelight's going to send Kylar off stage now. And Doggo doesn't want to push too forward. Kylar fights his way back on with the side airs, though.
Future Light connects for Kylar Alice. Still needs way more damage onto Doggo here.
Especially on this Hattori pick. Maybe a good signature might close it off there as he goes for the side sig, but ends up clashing out, and now Doggo goes for a sider to close it off. Doggo's going to take the first game against Kylar Alice here.
A little bit of trepidation there. You saw him kind of opting not to go for punishes. Doggo baits with that down sig. Kylar Alice waits out. Doggo goes for the gravity cancel there, and again, Kylar Alice not finding that punish.
You can see that first close there with Kylar Alice going for a GC very dangerously, taking 3 hits to the face after. So. Kylar, the one not locked in here, so maybe this Hattori pick is not what he wants to go with anymore. We saw him play it in the winner's side bracket. It didn't work. We've seen it in the bottom side now. It's lost the first game. He switches to the Surrey pick, and this kind of seems like his 2 main picks here. So yep. We've also seen Kylar have that Jala. We've seen the Bolivar. I'm sure he doesn't want to play the hammer right now, but maybe the Jala is there. Maybe it's that high force that he needs, because we're seeing him get hits here, but Hattori is not doing enough work, right?
No. Hattori is just not working out the spear plays, and of course Doggo has played against more than a handful of Hattoris on his route to get to this point. Skylass is like, all right, let's mix it up, bring out the Katars, which he saw do pretty well when Hipko was playing it, so maybe Kylar Alice is going to try to do the same.
Yep, Kylar also does have the advantage of switching to this Asuri in the second game rather than the third like he did in the winner's bracket, so maybe he's going to have a third pick for us if this doesn't end up working out. But as of right now, it's going very well for him off stage.
Finding a lot of hits. Gravity cancel goes for the recovery. off of that down light, but still good damage in favor of Kylar Alice. But now off-stage opportunity. Kylar doesn't hit the dare or the ground pound, puts him in an awkward spot, but Doggo going to find the sidelight side air.
Yep, Doggo going for the capitalization on stage rather than off, and does find the recovery afterwards. Now they're both just looking for KOs here. Kylar just slightly a missed space and ends up with the ground pound hitting on stage, but it's not the end of the world as he's still finding hits with the unarmed here. Guitars in hand now.
He's finding some great damage onto Doggo, but finally finds a KO from deep off stage with the recovery. And what's his pick of weapons? It's going to be the guitars.
Doggo waking up with that side signature is not going to connect to anything though as he picks up the scythe here. Goes for the GC downlight. Baits Kylar off and switches it up with him with the down air. Doggo opting to keep the scythe here and prime out another one. Double end light. And as a scythe player, you gotta love that double end light. You go for the double end light, it hits the second time, and then you're like, all right, now I can actually go for my real read. He fell into my trap card. Kylar Alice doing somewhat the same thing there as he goes for the end light and then just kind of waits out to see what happens next.
Trying to see the reactions there. He's still getting the damage, winning out in neutral over Doggo.
Yep, the guitar pick doing a lot of work here, and now he switches to the sword trying to look for this KO.
The dare, punishing the GC downlight attempt, but Doggo fights his way back up onto the stage and gets the turnaround.
Doggo with an amazing succession of moves there off stage, completely cutting off Kylar's options to make it back and getting a lead for himself in a game where he was actually behind. Downlight ground pound is going to even it up, but Kylar did have a lead there, so seeing it in this position, Doggo's going to be happy.
Doggo is fine being even with Kylar Alice when he was so far behind. But Kylar Alice back on the guitars, gets more off the dunk on stage because of the low damage on Doggo.
Yep, the dunk into the downlight is a true combo at low HPs, so he's going to be enjoying that little 4-piece he got there. Doggo clapping back with some damage of his own, though, on the scythe. Kylar dodges down off stage, puts him in a risky spot, but he ends up with the recovery, making it back up.
Doggo is getting the damage. The N6, though, they have not been that effective for Doggo.
Kylar with the downlight. Side stick gonna come through very dangerously there. And now Doggo, he's playing with some good space here. He has a lot to work with. Recovery.
Not quite enough. Even off the soft platform. Clash out. Punish opportunity, Kylar misses it, and it's the end light for Doggo to go up 2-0.
All right, now we're in that position where it's like the Asuri didn't work and the Hattori didn't work. What else does Kylar have for us today? Because he still is waiting before locking in here. He's thinking about what other options, and I'm looking at that roster list, and there's a lot of them there. So what is Kylar going to pull out? He has that Terrace, he has that Bodvar, he has that Jala.
He's got a wide spread of characters. Generally, something with sword is what he goes to.
Right.
But, yeah, he's going to be sticking with the Asuri. It worked pretty well. It's just that second stock where Doggo was able to steal out in that edge guard. Yep. So I think if Kylar Alice avoids that, he's like, all right, I got at least a game in this.
And we have a good spread of damage here from Kylar. 135 on the unarmed, 160 on the sword, and 303 on the guitars. Sure, the guitars took most of it there, but you can see an even split between the other two. And the guitars are mainly the weapon he picked here for this matchup favor.
Yeah, of course, switching from the Hattori here, the guitars being that main difference maker and showing why, putting out 300 damage with it.
Doggo's going to open it up with the first couple hits here as he gets the scythe. Doggo still in the damage lead here, but Kylar has clapped back with the guitars, and now he takes the advantage for himself there. Kylar doing an excellent job of getting these highlight downlights, but not much after. It's these big extensions that really make the guitars worth playing, and he can't really find much past it, but the neutral game is good enough to keep him in the damage lead.
Yeah, Doggo's been doing a great job dodging differently off the downlight, but Kylar Alice with the weapon toss gives him the stock advantage. He cannot rest yet. He is still behind in games, and he avoids the down heavy.
It's going to come out, but it's not going to be enough because he didn't get that little downlight boost that they usually go for.
Down air doesn't connect. Kylar Alice
Doggo
not yet
just
finding extra credit.
get this last hit here before Kylar can do much else. Side air is going to send him to the other side of the map. Goes for the GC downlight, but it's going to cost him.
Okay, getting some good damage, but didn't lose a stock there. No dunk down from Kylar Alice or anything like that. Doggo cleans it up.
Side lights there is going to be very good for Kylar. I mean, very good for Doggo there as he ends the stock before taking too much damage.
Neutral lights for Kylar Alice. Doggo starting to find some more hits here.
With a risky down sig. Very surprising at the angle that he was at. But does get punished by Doggo. Doggo going for more punishes on Kylar's movement there. Recovery is going to touch the wall before losing it though. Weapon throw is going to confirm the edge guard, and Kylar is sitting comfortably on a good lead here.
Had just enough force to deny that wall touch from Doggo, and now Kylar Alice looking poised to put himself on the board here.
I've seen Doggo get a bunch of those unarmed side airs. Just like, move away from me before so I can get a weapon real quick. He just pushes them away. Doesn't take too much damage yet, but he has a lot of damage to make up already.
Yeah, this lead is building for Kylar Alice. Going for the offstage. Doggo doesn't hit the down air though. Kylar Alice finds a nice two-piece.
Kylar just playing neutral here. Doesn't want to attack just yet.
Ooh, flash out. Helping Kylar Alice there.
Recovery is going to send Kylar high, but not KO just yet. The high ceiling of Apocalypse is really doing the work here for Kylar, as the far walls are going to do just the same as he gets sent very far and makes it back.
Light side air again, and Kylar Alice going to fall here. Doggo didn't take too much damage. There's a real possibility that Doggo just shuts this one out.
Yep, we are not looking at an impossible feat for Doggo here.
Sword in hand, Kylar Alice needs more damage before thinking about a downlight recovery. Doggo with the scythe, starting to find some more neutral wins. Down sig, that's a punish.
And Light's going to get punished as well, but the next one's going to connect. So he's not too worried about that, but Doggo's still fighting back hard here with the three-piece. Downlight recovery, not going to close it off just yet. Tries to stick to the sword, but ends up losing it. But Doggo is also unarmed. Both players unarmed here. Kylar running off stage to chase Doggo. And the side air unarmed is going to close that one off. 2-1. Kylar Alice fighting back in this set.
Yeah, but the damage advantage was definitely in favor of Doggo. 525 damage put out from Kylar Alice, but he took 591.
Yep, Kylar Alice living very long on that second stock, if I remember correctly. So Doggo not able to kind of play around his strength of getting that lot of damage early on. And we saw it the same way on that last stock as well. Doggo, when given the opportunity, builds up damage so fast with the scythe and the orb, respectively. You can see 347 on that scythe there, but unable to KO Kylar.
Yeah, he was taking a lot of damage. You can see how high those peaks of his stocks were on that graph. And of course, he's sticking with the Asuri at least for another game because he's still going to win 2 more.
Yep. Why get off if you're winning, you know? Yeah. It's doing its work, so he's going to stick with it and see what happens next.
We're going to the Dome for game number 4. Again, a classic for the Australian region.
And another scythe opening for Doggo, but this time Kylar Alice gets the better end of it with the unarmed.
Dodges down to avoid any more pressure from Doggo. Sword in hand, gonna go for the offstage. Doggo disengages.
Now Kylar's sticking in the sword here. We've seen him do primarily well on the guitars. Doggo, he's not too afraid though. He's not too unhappy either as he gets a nice ground pound, but Kylar is able to fight his way back up.
The flash out again.
Now if you're Doggo, you gotta be worried as the guitar's picked up, but he closes it off almost instantly with a charged up end sig there. Kylar Alice is gonna prime up another sword for himself with this pickup, and Doggo, he has the answer. He picks up the scythe just to get ready for it.
Yeah, that end sig pickup was nice for Doggo because that took that stock relatively early off Kylar Alice.
Yep, and they got rid of the guitars, which were doing so much work.
Kylar throws out the downlight. Doggo with the punish. He's starting to find more punishes here.
Oh, up they go. Kylar Alice trying to end the stock, but Doggo just saying not going to go easily, putting on so much damage with the orb and the scythe. Another neutral there. GC is not what you want there, and the punish is insane. Nair into the GC side stick is going to send Kylar Alice 2 stocks down completely.
He has to reverse 3 stock, otherwise Doggo is going on to the grand finals. And of course, Kylar still keeping that bounty means that Doggo would get a flight to BCX.
Doggo playing this slow and smart. You can see he's kind of zoning Kylar out, making him use all his options and then going for the punish. Recovery's finally going to close that first stock up, but you just started your journey up a very, very tall mountain.
Well, he's finally gotten his tools that he needed. He's got the Katars early on against Doggo. Starting to find some momentum. Doesn't get the dodge read, though.
And Doggo's been hitting these recoveries on stage perfectly. And speaking of hitting, the N-Sig also connects off the sidelight. And I feel like we've been seeing more of these sidelight N-Sig connects than just raw N-Sig. As we say that, another Nair to the sidelight. He's been doing so much work on the orb this game.
Punishes the downlight. Doggo's got a lot of damage built up. Kylar Alice can't afford that, and there's the dare. Doggo closes out the set 3-1.
Gonna be a big upset there, like you mentioned, the seed 1 losing a seed 3 there. Doggo, very respectful gameplay there, and you can see the damage out versus damage taken. He was feeling it that game, especially on a moment like that with the GC side stick coming through and just taking Kylar off the face of the map.
Yeah, Doggo just found all the right opportunities and did so much work. And now Doggo is continuing on. Unfortunately, Osmodi is not known for a Hattori pick, so there's no more Hattori versus Fates.
The fun matchup is over. Now I gotta watch Artemis.
What's this?
If I thought, man, I can't.